We are live. All right, here we go. All right, everybody. Welcome to the first Paranormal Information Association live cast. We hope to bring more of these in the future to you guys. So basically, we're just coming on here real shortly just to give you kind of a rundown on the event next weekend. Many of you already know about it. Some of you don't. If you haven't, go to paranormalinformationassociation.org and register for the event. It's a closed event, invite only, for investigative organizations or independent investigators within any unknown phenomenon, everything from cryptozoology, general paranormal, and of course UFOs and other subjects, of course. So we have a lot of independent investigators and groups and organizations that are coming to share ideas, to kind of get involved in the event. We've actually been doing this since 2007. Got our start in Clewiston with a few of the groups that we kind of knew through contacts, and we just started from there. Gosh, every year we meet new people. It's a lot of fun. So if you can register, it'd be great. Tonight, real quick, I have Gary, and let me. Everybody's sitting there staring at nothing actually there for a second. Here's my view right here. My name is Morgan. I'm one of the creators of the PIA when it first started. We actually called it the Ghost Gathering. We really didn't have an official organization behind it yet, but kind of had its little humble beginnings, and then it kind of evolved into the PIA, the Paranormal Information Association, and then it went from there, from PIA Conference to now we changed the name this year for the event, and it's called the PIA Gathering, kind of a mixture of how it began and what it is today. So, we have Gary. I'm going to bring him up. So, Gary, say hi to everybody.
Hi everybody, how you doing?
Yeah, so that's Gary, who's also one of the founding groups that helped put this together in the early years, and Gary's going to be doing a lot of the tech. You're going to see him running around the event, making sure that the microphones are working and cameras, and I'm going to be up there with him, helping run the computers. So we're hoping to bring this event live to everybody online. It's not a big deal, but we'd like you to show up if you can. It's fairly cheap comparatively to most events, and it's a lot of fun. We get to really mingle and meet with each other, and get to talk about cases, and it's just a lot of fun. It really is, and we hope everybody can make it. So remember, get on Paranormal Information Association.org. I know it's a big one, right? And register today for the event. Gary, how much is it? It's like what? It's like 20. No,
It's like 200,
37, something like that. 30.
It's like 237, something like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Just kidding. No,
yeah,
it's going to be the cheapest paranormal event you'll ever go to. We're not in the position of making money off this. This is honestly and genuinely a way to get people together, and there's no profit on this whatsoever. Every little bit of money is put back into the event to make it the best for everyone else there.
absolutely, absolutely. And that's the whole idea. A lot of people have wondered, say, why haven't you gone public? Why haven't you sold a ton of tickets? Why haven't you done this, that, and this? And we've been trying to explain to people this is not a conference in the sense of, hire the celebrities to come out and present their books or their TV shows. This is not that. This is not well, we do have people there to give autographs, and we've had a lot of I guess you would call celebrity types there from the different shows or authors, but it's not that type of event. And in fact, it's a shocker to some people because everybody pays for to get it, right? And some of these speakers, some of the people that are new to this, it's kind of alien to them, no pun intended, that they have to pay their way in. They have to pay just as much as the next guy.
Oh,
And
I just got that.
yeah, yeah, and
No pun intended.
and it really is unique because it's not that we're stingy or that we're cheap or that we don't understand or we're not grateful that the speakers are there to help out, but we are setting the tone that we're all there on equal footing. We're not, we're not being given extra stuff. We're not giving this person because they have a TV show and these people don't, so therefore this person gets a comp through. It's not the way it works at PIA. At PIA, it's everybody's there on the same footing. We're there because we want to be there, and that's what it's about. It's not a conference. It really isn't. So we don't really compete with anybody, and we're not out to make a better event than anybody. We're there to provide a unique experience for the investigative community. That's the way it's been since 2007, and it's worked out really well. I mean, granted, everybody who does the behind-the-scenes work, get stressed out sometimes. But that's part of the event. That's what we do to make this atmosphere for everybody to be at. And that was the whole reason for creating the PIA and the gathering, is to put people bring people together. And if everybody can see, I got Gary up in the background. You can see a young lady named Virginia Walters, and she's actually one of the backbones of this event. Yeah, definitely. She deserves a lot of the kudos for helping and getting the location set up. Hi. And she's a great person altogether. And but you'll be seeing more of her, of course, in these casts in the future. We're going to be talking and having discussion groups. There she, and it's a lot of fun, I think. And I think it's about time we finally get something online so people can find us and to see us. And it's not just about us; it's about everybody. And I think we're on our way to creating a great atmosphere for people to start communicating new ideas, some thoughts. We may even, Gary, we could even have tech roundtables, on occasion online. We could have the same things that we do at our event every year, but do it also online every now and then on occasion. And
right, it doesn't have to be just once a year. We could actually do that anytime.
yeah, exactly. So everybody, if you haven't already, get online, Paranormal Information Association.org, and you can see back here behind me a lot of the old posters from the many different years. I don't even think I have the original one anymore. That one's lost forever. But we collected them over the years, and I even have one over here. I don't know if you can see it, Gary, but that one's. I don't have the whole thing.
Swippy.
That TapsCon a bit.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Well, it has all the signatures on it. I was wondering if I could pull it up to eBay or something to get for it.
That was in 2007.
Yeah, it was. It was actually the year that we started the first one. Yeah, it was. So I think we had the PIA before TapsCon. Yeah, and it was the first year we actually started with.
So how many people did you have in the very first one? Because I missed the first one. We've been there since the second one on.
Yeah, no, the first one we had about 40 people, 42 or so. It wasn't bad. It was at the Clewiston Inn in Clewiston, Florida, and it was a good event. We had quite a few good groups there. We had a lot of good speaking and talks. It was funny that year. You know how we do the raffle sometimes with all the little things we win every year. And that year, just I don't know how it happened, but we had the exact amount of gifts for the exact amount of people there.
So
So
everyone
literally,
won.
yeah, there was gag gifts and everything else, and we came down to the last one. And it was like there's only one ticket left, and we actually had a perfect number of gifts to attendees. It was just incredible. So
We gotta get up to like 200 now.
yeah, right. We'll leave that up. We'll leave that up to Chris, right? You
Yeah.
hear me, Chris? No. But no, that's not what it's about. I mean, that's always the fun part, of course. This year's events, and I'd like to probably bring it up on the screen if I can even remember it. But we have quite a few things going on this year. We have, pretty good speakers this year. We're more emphasis on the roundtables and discussions this year, I think. And so let me Paranormal. Here it is. Yes, agenda. Yes, let's go over the agenda. So Friday night, you guys, is the obviously the check-in and everything, right? But starting at 7:30 p.m. is our social, and it's semi-formal. Your work clothes at minimum. We really want to have a professional atmosphere. So we have a lot of people coming in. I'll probably be wearing my suit and tie, my sport jacket. Nothing big. I'll be wearing jeans, so no big deal. So it'll be a nice setting, a casual casual dress code, if they call it. And we'll do a little bit of talking about the past events and getting people to mingle and talk. And we'll have, I think the bar is actually serving, so the business will be open. So we'll be able to get beer and wine there. And we'll just have a social at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. We're going to have speaker sessions. We're actually going to have, and let me, if you don't mind, Gary, I'll let you go into control. Go ahead and mute your mic real quick, and I'll bring you back on here in a second. So we have at 9 p.m. we have the speaker discussion panel. Okay, so we're going to have some of the speakers up there, and they're going to discuss. We're going to have a topic that they're going to discuss, and we haven't. I don't know if we've come up with that, or we're not public about the specific discussion, but I'm sure we'll come up with a good one for the community this year. And then at 10 to 11, because we have a late night, right? We have Ken Stryker that's from Ghost Stop Investigations. He says the seen and the unseen, the visual spectrum and beyond. So he's going to be talking about infrared and a lot of that kind of thing. From 11 to 12 a.m., midnight, Virginia, or Red as we know her, Virginia Walters from Fire and Ice Paranormal is going to be doing the workshop to be determined. So she's working on a little workshop for everybody. I think also during that time, from about 10 on, we're going to have a live MUFON, what we call a sky scan, where we have a lot of our equipment set up with our spotters around Florida activated. And so we're going to have a lot of our automated cameras and some of our night vision stuff set up on that little roof above the Bob Kelly room, and we'll have a lot of our screens and everything inside, so it'll be comfortable, so you can sit in there and look at what we're looking at with our cameras. It'll be a lot of fun. We kind of talked too about how we're evolving some of the technology with that. We'll be talking more about that at the Tech Roundtable the next day. So the next day, which is Saturday, or the Bob Kelly room, they have it listed right here. Bill Schroeder from MUFON Aerial Surveillance Team, which is a program that I helped start. Bill's the one who came up with the idea. I'm the state director of MUFON Florida as my main organization that I'm part of. and he's going to be presenting a lot of the stuff that we're working on. So it's pretty fun stuff. So that's around 10 to 12 a.m. Okay, so Saturday, right? Saturday, confirmation registration starts at 8 a.m. We have vendors' tables that are open at 8 a.m. To be a vendor is basically you have to be part of the event or a speaker or a group. And there's information on the website about how to get a vendor table to open one up. We have speaker sessions, workshops at 8 to 9 a.m. That's a small ballroom. Nancy Polenta is going to be talking about, the host of Vixen Vault, about dream analysis. So that'll be neat. 9 to 10 a.m. we have Amy Dunn that's going to be talking about the Essential Paranormal Society, or I'm sorry, yeah, no, that's right, paraethics. So basically ethics in the paranormal community. That'll be interesting to see what kind of discussion that starts. From 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We have Maria Maria Burns from War Party Paranormal. Says they're going to be talking about with special guest Tim Yancey, a haunting on Discovery Network. So they're going to be talking about the history of paranormal investigating. Because I know Yancey has many years of experience to see as far as groups, organizations, and how people have researched the different phenomena. At 11 to 12 p.m., just before lunch, we have Teddy Schuyler, certified hypnotherapist, is going to be talking about past life regression, hypnosis, and the paranormal. I guess how they relate. So that'll be another interesting one. Now we have a little bit longer lunch this year to let people relax, have some fun, not too stressed out. So from 12 to 2 p.m. we have lunchtime. Get your own lunch. We'd like to get people back in there at about 1:45, so please get back. Speaker session at 2 p.m., which is Brian Cano from Haunted Collector. He's actually on the television show with, and who's the guy? Sorry. I don't watch television, people. Look, I'm real sorry. Who's the guy that he's on? Who's the main person on the Haunted Collector? Gary. Did I lose you, Gary? Oh. Hey, Gary, come on back. There you
All right, I'm here. Sorry about that. I was talking to Red. She's sitting right next to me.
So who's the Haunted Collector host?
That's Brian Cano.
The main host, though. Who's Brian Cano on there?
Oh, John Zaffis.
Yeah, John Zaffis. Jesus, why did I forget that? So yeah, John Zaffis. So he's on there with John Zaffis. So he's one of the co-hosts. So he's going to be talking about paraphilosophy. He has a word. It's paraself. I'm terrible with semantics. Okay, it's basically paranormal and philosophy. So it's like philosophies, I guess, within the paranormal. And that'll be interesting. Nice discussion.
They talk about the paralosophy.
Yeah, paralosophy. There, thank you. You can say Kim. Exactly. So and then at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., Paul Bradford from Ghost Hunters International is going to be talking about the road with Paul again. So he's going to have some more cool stories and funny things of stuff that he's kind of gone through in TV land, and kind of gives you a kind of a blunt, realistic look at the not so glitzy glam of how television really is. So he's actually pretty good, pretty entertaining about that, and it's a lot of fun. Don't forget, most important part, right? Group photo. We always miss it, or we get late, or something like that. But you want to be in the group photo. Every year we have a huge spread of people that show up, and we try to get everybody, cram them all into one big photo. It's really fun. So that's at 4:30 to 5. So don't miss it. If you miss all the other speakers, or if you party too hard on Friday, try to make that, or we're going to Photoshop you in there. See, dinner is from 5:30 to 8 p.m., and we're getting some food that Virginia or Red is putting together from. Are we getting it from? What is it? Sonny's again this year. Some barbecue, and we got some veggies and stuff for the vegetarians.
Yeah, she just confirmed it's Sunny.
Great. And of course, there's always options. I think they said that we will have salad and veggies available as well. So no worries. You know, if you have an aversion to barbecue, we'll try to help out. But a lot of that too comes with registration. So make sure you let us know if you register that you would like that option. Um, let's see. I think during excuse me. Let me I'm parched. Okay, so you have dinner 5:30 to 7. So between there, 6:15 to 7. Um, Rich Richard Ramsey is going to be putting on a little film festival that he talked about. We told people not too long ago because we have the same amount of time, so we kind of put ourselves under the same rules, but we're not going to be competing in it. But if you have a short film, hey, 4 minutes long. It doesn't have to be all produced. You know, just put something funny together, something appropriate, nothing, you know, crisp. No, I'm okay with it. Whatever you guys get, just make it appropriate. You know, understand that there's going to be young and older people there, but make it funny, and that's what it's there. Funny or serious. I mean, if you want to do a four-minute short that's funny or not funny, and you're talking about a case, hey, cool, that'd be awesome too. We want to see what you guys can do. And look, it was a last-minute idea. We know, no big deal. Don't put too much work into it. Just throw it together and see what it is, and get it to us before the event or at the event. We also have at 7:30 we have the raffle items along with the Boo Buddy drawing. So if you know what that is, that's what's going on this year. A lot of neat prizes. I know Sean Porter, 2 locations, puts out a lot of nice raffle items from his store, Ghost Stop at ghoststop.com, and he has a lot of unique customized tools and things that he brings. So you know, look for him on that one. So after that, this is when the real stuff gets started, right? At 8 p.m. to 9:30, we have the evidence discussion and review, and hosted by John Holtzclaw this year. And he's going to have a panel up there, and they're going to be talking and showing. People are going to bring their own evidence. So if you've got evidence, guys, bring it. You know, Don't worry about scrutinization. It's going to happen. All right. It happens to my stuff all the time. So, you know, develop that thick skin and be able to deal with the discussion about the evidence. Bring it to the table. Let's bring those doors down, those walls down. We don't need to be hiding evidence from each other. It's not about that. It's about cooperation. It's about looking at this with an objective mind and allowing different opinions to be heard. Bring your evidence, and it's always been the most popular part of the show. I mean, Gary, we could probably put that thing on for 5 hours and people would still be going through it. So you're right.
It's actually the best, in my opinion, it's the best part of the entire conference is seeing what other people have captured and having people that have been doing this for years and years, basically not, well, they try to debunk everything, don't get me wrong, but giving their honest opinions of what kind of evidence that we're looking for. I mean, we're honestly looking for the Holy Grail, and which is a full body apparition, stand there saying hi to you is what we're looking for.
Yeah.
But you know, we're trying to you know, help people out and trying to let them know what type of evidence is legitimate and what we're looking for, and not just what we're looking for, but what people have been doing this for years is trying to capture. And there's been some really good things, some things that I couldn't explain. I've actually presented some of our evidence there as well. We've got one this year that I don't think we've ever brought in that is a Class A best audio I've ever heard, and we'll be bringing that this year.
Great. You're talking about an EVP, correct?
Yeah, EVP.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be bringing something special too from the UFO side of things. So, you know, again, look, you know, a lot of people say, you know, in all the different practices like cryptozoology to the unknown or paranormal or even the UFO studies, there's no mixture, which I understand. There's some people that want to concentrate. That's the way I am as a scientist. I like to concentrate on a certain study or type, so I concentrate on the study of the UFO phenomenon. Others decide to do others do everything. And there's some people that believe if you do two, then you lose credibility. So if like you're a Bigfoot researcher and you decide to go to a conference that has a bunch of ghost hunters out of it, that brings away your credibility. Well, that is not true at all. You've got to remember, objectivity comes with getting rid of your bias. And getting rid of your bias is very difficult, even for me, and for everybody. We're all human. But, bringing this evidence to the table and sharing it and showing it is a first step in getting rid of that bias, where you're allowing a community to take a look at what you think is evidence. And that's the whole point of of this event, is to bring the community together, if you want to call it a community, and just start exchanging ideas and start developing means of true investigative techniques in the field and whatnot. So that's the whole point of bringing everybody together, is to and it's to have fun, and that's what it is. It is a lot of fun. So the next thing that's on there is at 10 to 12 p.m., 12 to midnight, we have the tech workshop with Sean Porter, owner of Ghost Stop, 3 locations, as it says on the website. Sorry, I got that wrong the first time. And Ken Stryker, and of course the rest of the people that bring your equipment. So make sure that you let us know, that you're bringing something, or talk to Sean when you get up there and meet him, or come to the table, ask us, hey, I've got a piece of equipment that I'd like to talk about. Just let us know. Same thing with the evidence. We'd like you to submit that evidence as soon as possible, so please email it to us. We have emails on the website at Paranormal Information Association. Of course, there's a lot of items there. Am I wrong? There's an actual evidence submission for that? There's like a form on there, I thought. Could be. But anyway, if there's not, we still have an email on there that you can contact us about. Just make sure we know, so we can be prepared, and we can give it to our tech team to make sure that it's on the computer, so that we can display it, share the sound, everything like that. And trust me, we won't do anything with your stuff. If you don't want it, if you want to delete it, whatever, we'll do that. We have no interest in keeping your stuff. Big deal. But, so it will be broadcasted. So it will be recorded, and it's there to share with everybody. So that's the whole point. I mean, you don't have to give away where especially in the paranormal or the ghost studies, a lot of people are worried about privacy issues. Just don't share their address or who your witnesses are, okay? Or make sure your evidence doesn't have personal information in it. But otherwise, that's also going to be a really fun time. The Tech Roundtable, get to learn a lot about new technology, that sort of thing. And I think even during that time, we're still going to have the Skywatch thing open, for people to come over there and be involved in the MUFON Skyscan, dealing with the MUFON area surveillance team with all our equipment. We're going to actually bring some of the equipment over to share during the tech table, so that'll be neat too. So, and then, of course, it's a wind down. Everybody can party, do whatever they want. Mingle at the bar is going to be open. You don't have to go to everything. That's the whole point. You're there to relax and meet people and talk and go to the things that you want to go to. If you want to go to one, all great. But don't feel bad if you miss something. We're going to really make sure that this stuff's recorded this year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Sundays are question and answer in the small ballroom again. Again, if you have concerns, ideas for next year, got to remember, what number are we on this year? Isn't this number 9?
Yeah, this is year number 9.
9, dang. So next year is going to be the big one. That's going to be our big 10 year. So we'll be talking about that at that meeting, about what we plan on doing, about locations, about how big it's going to be, that kind of thing. We really want to push it home. We really want to get the community back up and roaring again. We want to get a lot of things going on. So it'll be a lot of fun. And of course, checkout. So, I think it's going to be a great year. Remember, it's the 24th to the 26th. Yeah, right? Yeah. And it's coming up. It's next weekend, not this weekend, but it's coming up next weekend. And, get on there, register. You can also, I believe you can also pay at the door, but we prefer to register online. It's a lot easier. But know that you can actually register there on site. It's a let's see here. I should have been more prepared, Morgan. But yeah, so just go to paranormalinformationassociation.org or .com, and you will find all the information you need to know about registration. I think find us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. I think we have a Twitter too, which kind of mirrors our Facebook page, and we also have a YouTube. So which this video is on. And so if you're not watching this live and you're watching this pre-recorded, please go down in the description. We're going to put all the information down there. If you've got questions about how to get involved, that sort of thing, it'll all be there. And if you have comments or questions, please comment, like this video, and let's get this thing going. So, Gary, any final words before we sign off for the night?
Well, I'm excited again this year. I think every year it's getting better and better. Working out the little kinks from the year before to try to make it better for the people that come. So it's a great event. We'll see everybody here in a few days, and kick this thing off right.
Absolutely. So, all right, guys. Until next time, let us know what you want us to see, what you want to see on here, what you'd like us to discuss. Hey, even suggest a discussion topic. Doesn't matter how difficult it is. We want to provide, a good environment for people to discuss and to evolve their ideas about these subject matters. So, again, until next time, I'll see you next weekend, guys, at the PIA Gathering. That's what it's called this year. So. Again, see everybody later, and thanks for participating and supporting the PIA.